Dog Man. Dog Man, the most powerful dog in the city. Dog Man movie story. It starts off as Greg the dog and Professor Knight, Chief, are trying to find Petey, the most evilest cat in the city. And let's just say he's not easy to find. They look everywhere, but they can't find him. Then they see him, Petey. So they chase him, and soon they get up on a building, on the abandoned warehouse. And there's a bomb. Knight tells Chief to get everyone out of the abandoned warehouse. And he's like, there's no one there. It's an abandoned warehouse, literally abandoned. And like, Knight's like, we'll just get them out. But like, how would you get them out if there's like no one inside? How? And let's just say the bomb gets blown up and Greg, well, he's not doing that well. His body is about to die. And the Knight, well, his face is not doing great either. The doctor says, well, I'm sorry, but I don't think I can do anything. But then the nurse had a brilliant idea. What if we sew the man's body onto the dog's head? And that created Dog Man. Dog Man. He's so good. He's literally making friends everywhere. He's playing the songs for the old guys. And he's doing bank robberies. He can't do anything. And now, let's just say Petey is kind of mad. Because, well, he was trying to kill him. But now, he made a super good guy. And he doesn't know what to do. Like, he fires his agent and, well, he's not doing great either. He's tried many things, like the bone blaster and the vacuum, but there's nothing Dog Man cannot do to, like, he just gets everything done. Like, let's say bone blaster, finish, puts him in jail. And, like, there's so many things that he does. And, like, Petey escapes, like, 1,000 times. And the mayor finds out, well, she's really mad. Like, super mad. She tells Chief if Dog Man does let Petey escape one more time, then she said to put Dog Man off the case of Petey. And, well, both of them, Chief and Dog Man, don't want that to happen. So they try, and Dog Man tries to not let Petey escape. And let's just say his trying is good, but he didn't get it. So now there's a big problem. And Dog Man's really, really sad. But the Chief has a different job for Dog Man. It might not be that hard. Like, it's not making a Dog Man, like, it's not capturing a bad guy. It's only making sure that Flippy the fish does not run away and does not stay alive, or anyone make him, like, grab and go by. So Dog Man's job is to protect Petey. So actually, Dog Man's job is to make sure Flippy the fish does not go anywhere. Because let's just say Petey tries to grab Flippy, and let's just say something really bad happens. And that's exactly what happened. Dogman got distracted by a gray squirrel on Buff Chief's hat. And let's just say Flippy, well, he was gone because Petey stole him. Like, that's exactly what Dogman was supposed to protect, but he couldn't. And now he sent off the alarm. He tried to look for Petey, and he found him. And when Chief finds about this, he's really mad. And he's like, how will we find him now? And then he's like, okay, what do we do? But luckily, Dogman has some video footage of Petey having Flippy in his hand. So that can help him, because then that will show Chief who got him. And so Dogman shows it to Chief, and he's like, oh, thank you, Dogman. And like, Petey, he's not doing well right now because his like agent, he got fired. And so he doesn't have anyone to ask for help or like do anything. And so he's like, wait, I need another me. I need a cloning machine. And so that is exactly what he did. He bought a cloning machine. And then he used the cloning machine to make a replica of him. And that actually went pretty well. But let's just say it's a baby. It's a baby him. And so he looks at the fourth step and he's like, wait 18 years for the clone to grow? I don't have time for that. I want it now. Now. And he gets kind of frustrated. So he's like, ugh, when will this day be any better? And he actually lost a whisker because of that. So it just got worse. And the cologne keeps on crying, and it's like, hi, Papa. And he's like, that. He's like, he doesn't know Petey is actually not his Papa. Well, I think I can understand that because, well, little Petey is now his name, is actually just a baby. So I don't think that's wrong, but like, yeah, Petey is really mad. And the undo button is found separately. So he waits for the undo and waits, but it doesn't come. After that, he's like, let's play a little game. And he's like, well, the game is find a new home for it. And he's like, ooh, this is just a game, right? Said little Petey. And Petey's like, sure. Now get in this box. And actually, it's not a game. He's like, he looks for people. He goes on the sidewalk and goes like, free kitty. And a girl shows up and she's like, oh my goodness, is this a cute kitty? I'm gonna call him Snowball. I'm gonna call you Poo Poo Head, said little Petey. And let's just say he is not happy about that. So he's like, oh no. And he's kind of sad. And so then little Petey's like, I need to use the bathroom. And Petey's like, no. Then he looks away and little Petey is gone. He's like, wait, where did he go? Anywho, now that he's gone, now let's get to the mischief. And so he tries to do stuff on Flippy. Because, well, he wants him to make him a literal do-gooder killer. And so he types in the code. First time, it didn't work. Second time, it's great. So when he's like, I finally have it. That's good. And now, well, Petey is really sad. He's dragging his box and he's like, Papa, where are you? But he doesn't find Petey. And he's like, oh, well, good night, box. And he's actually on the road. Watch out, little Petey. And Dogman's looking for Big Petey with his binoculars. He's looking, but when he looks down, he sees a little kitten and a big truck roaming forward and about to squash little Petey. He thinks, should I do this? Should I get the kitty? Oh no, I think the right thing is to grab the kitty. And so he gets into a cup and rolls out. He grabs little Petey with his hands and he's like, you're okay now. You're okay. And he brings little Petey to his house where he makes him sleep and he's okay there. The next morning, he does everything with little Petey. Does piano, plays with him, gives him balloons, gives him snacks, everything. And at Petey's warehouse, he looks at his the magazine little Petey gave him. And he was like, ugh, really? Yeah, throws away. Doesn't really matter to him. But then his agent forgot to get her charger. So she comes back and she's like, ugh, let me just show you a picture before I leave. And that's a photo of little Petey holding a balloon. But that's just a close-up. In the actual picture, it's Dogman holding onto little Petey. That's little Petey holding onto a balloon and pretending to fly away. And then, when Petey sees that, he gets so frustrated. He's like, ugh, my cologne is not supposed to be with Dogman if we're trying to destroy him. And so, that night, he gets his biggest invention, the newest one, ADHD, and the best one. It tracks down little Petey and finds him at Dogman's house. He brings him to the bedroom. And he's like, this is your bed for the night. Sleep tight. And then little Petey's like, I'm sleeping with you. And he's like, no, you're not. Yes, I am. No, you're not. Yes, you am. No, I'm not. Yes, I am. No, you're not. Yes, I am. No, you're not. And they start a fight, like a big one. And soon, well, they're sleeping together. But then, before they sleep, they have dinner. And they're like, Papa, why don't you have your dad? Oh, he abandoned me. And anyway, why are you asking these questions? He asks. No reason. And so, that night, he asks ADHD to find little Petey's grandpa. And so, soon in the morning, little Petey has a big surprise for Petey. It's his grandpa. And, well, he's kind of mad because little Petey's grandpa, well, he abandoned Petey. And, well, that's why Petey never wanted to see that guy's face again. And so it's kind of a really sad story. And he's just like eating food while he's telling him, and he's like getting everything like destroyed. He's like throwing milk jugs everywhere, crashing vase. It's like so hard to like clean it up because like it's everywhere. And so Petey gets mad. But he doesn't blame it on little Petey. He was just trying to help. But he does get his Squirrelnator and tries to kill Dogman with it. Luckily, he doesn't. He doesn't because Dogman gets away. But after that, he's like, I'm gonna go back home. And at home, he's like, I have work to do. He gets Flippy and puts him in the plane. In the plane, they drive until it's at the super science lab over there. And so, when he's there, he's like, crosses it, and over there's a super living surprise. And so he puts Petey in through one of the chimneys, and that actually gets into a wrong chimney because little Petey gets on the plane and starts clicking buttons everywhere. And so Petey kind of gets mad at that too. And so now they have huge, ginormous buildings on the loose. Like, oh my goodness. But they don't get to where Dogman and Petey is. But that happens later. Petey goes on driving, and there, Dogman sees him. He rushes, almost coming, and then little Petey sees, and he's like, Dogman, what are you doing with my daddy? And he's like, wait, huh? And he looks at the same tail, wow. Same whiskers, wow. Same face, wow. And after that, the buildings come. They're walking. They say, crush evil do-gooders. And those begin a big building scenario. Like every building turns into a living building. And so they're walking everywhere. And they're like, I will crush evil do-gooders. And so they try to kill all of them. But one of them, 3 of them actually, are too strong. So Dogman and Petey work together using the robot that killed all of the others to punch and kick every one of them. And soon there is 0 remaining. Well, that's at least what they think. But there's this cat named Little Petey, as you guys know. And ADHD, actually, you can put yourself in ADHD and your head will be popping out. And that's exactly what Little Petey tried to do to help his dad. And let's just say he helped his dad, but now he's in big trouble because Little Petey got zapped by Flippy and he wants to destroy Little Petey. And so he tries to destroy him in his magic, but he gets flunked. Because of the robot, he cuts the power. And now they actually are saved. But Petey is so scared that little Petey is not actually safe because, let me tell you why. Flippy wants to get little Petey. He's looking everywhere for little Petey. So they swap. Petey goes in little Petey's place, and little Petey goes in Petey's place. And so now Petey is with the Flippy. And so they try to stop it. But Petey's like, go run. Let me just do one thing to make it right. And so, actually, this is the really important part. And so this part is about, so you know how Flippy is trying to put Petey in somewhere, in some place? Well, the someplace is a volcano. And the volcano is gonna erupt. So he's literally putting inside. And so he's like, oh no, I don't know what to do. But little Petey and Dogman both have an idea. What if we give him this book I made? And so he's like, yes, I will do this. And so he gives him the book. And at the book, it's like saying, we are best friends. Me and Flippy go on the moon. And little Petey wrote this. And Flippy's like, you wrote this for me? I love it. But his evil powers getting zoomed up with his emotions didn't go good because that happened and his powers started to drain. But RoboCat, also known as Petey, was falling into the volcano. Luckily, Dogman used the ball and threw it at Petey so that Petey doesn't go to the volcano and goes to the edge. And so that's exactly what happened. And then he's like, yes, yes, yes. Thank you. And they're like, you saved me, Dogman. But Chief, well, he wants to arrest Petey. And he's like, okay, I did some bad things. But the mayor says, I think you're better than that. And you're a hero. So I'm letting you go. And so that's good. But Grandpa's not that good. Because Grandpa stole from Petey and little Petey. He literally stole the whole thing. Everything. In their apartment. Everything. And so they don't have anything. Luckily, Petey has some secret rooms. But little Petey, he doesn't know where to go. And so, Petey thinks, what if we go to Dogman's? You will be able to stay on Dogman with the weekends, and we will be together on the weekdays. And that was settled. And little Petey had fun with Dogman, while Petey picked up some flowers, had a bottle, and put it as the world is beautiful. The end. Thank you for watching. See you later in my next video.